Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Everybody's having a lovely day, and with that being said, let's get into some TA. Alright, guys, we're going to kick it off here with SPY's daily time frame. Okay, I am going to point out daily RSI is coming back into oversold territory, and we had an absolute disgusting look at the close today. Alright, guys, so things are looking pretty good. We're at high of day, and then boom. They shoved you down. They, kind of shoved you down all day here, and you kind of just kept falling, and you kept, you can actually see it over here with the 5-minute 9 EMA. You just kept retracing to it, and then having your next leg down. All right, guys. So, I'm just gonna say the markets don't look, they don't look strong here. Everything still is oversold. But I am definitely going to point out we got a bunch of bearish engulfing candlesticks across the board, bunch of 9 EMA, daily 9 EMA rejections here. And it does look like, we definitely have room to, come back down to these lows with how things closed out today. And that's just my opinion. All right. But we're just going to, go over what we're watching over here on SPY. 15-minute time frame, guys. We do have that 15-minute bullish divergence, and we are coming down here to the 0.618 fib in the after hours. We are down to 516.30 though. The 0.786 fib, it's going to align with that 514.88 support, low of this candlestick right here. I'm not saying this is going to hold, but that is going to be buyers, final stand right there, last resort for getting that bounce. And if you can't hold there, you're coming back down to 510.75, and that will just, that'll be what it is. All right. There's going to be that. Now, on the upside, as resistance, we will have 520.75 above there, 520.97. Broke underneath that, it was supposed to be support, flipped right into resistance pretty quick. All right. And above 521.97, we have 524.61. Okay. We did come all the way up here today. All right, and tap that 528.60 resistance, and we did end up stalling out right around there. All right, guys, so just looking at this thing, it does definitely look like we could be going lower here. If 514.80 cannot hold, then 510.75 is incoming. That's just how that's going to go. All right, we're going to add an alert right there, and that is that. Stepping over here to QQ, we got the same exact look. Reject that 9 EMA there. Got the bearish engulfing candlestick on the day. All right, intraday move here down 14.60. All right, so almost $15 intraday. You have fallen here today, and it does definitely look like we have room down to the current low, which I'm not even going to mark up because at that point you're probably going to test the support over here at 420.63. Now I'm actually going to come back over here to SPY here, and I'm just going to remind everyone, guys, we have the 0.786 fib being the low already. So if we take out that low, all right, you got to hold 509 or things could really spill over here and you could take a $10 spill down to 499.55. That's going to be your next support underneath 510.75 with the 0.786 fib at 509. So, 509 breaks, you're taking a spill down here. I think you probably come down here and put in like a hammer candlestick right over here, and then you reverse back up from here. Just so I think things are probably going to play out here, but I do think things definitely look like they can be testing those lows, and that is that. All right. But yeah, over here, 15-minute time frame. Okay, we're going to come over here to QQQ, and I am going to point out, guys, we're going to take that off. All right. 439.54 is going to be resistance. Above there, you have 442.15. Above there, 447.07. All right. So I am, not saying you move up tomorrow by any means. I'm just pointing out the, important resistance on all these bad boys right here. So we are prepared for tomorrow. All right. So the levels on the downside, guys, 433.76. You're currently at 432 in after hours. So I am just going to say you are already underneath that support, and we have to just look here to the 0.786 fib, guys. This was a straight up, move up. Underneath this 0.618 fib, you really have absolutely nothing. All right, you have nothing to this low down here, which is right around 423.40. All right, it's 423.45. So if you start getting underneath 429, we're really going to call it, yeah, you're probably revisiting these lows over here, and then you're going to go a little bit lower and come down to 420.63. That's, that sucks, but that is really how things are looking out right now. That is how it is. All right, so that is that. Moving on over here, and I'm also going to point out 15-minute RSI. Same look as SPYs over here with that, bullish divergence going on. Regardless, it's getting oversold, and that's typically when we look for these bounces. They don't have to come right away. Clear as day, things have been known to stay oversold and go deeply oversold for a while now. But, you know, take away this whack time period we have been in where things have just stayed oversold and stuff like that, and yeah, we normally do end up getting these bounces when things are just testing oversold territory. But recently you just dance around them. So that is that. But like I pointed out over here, daily RSI is already right above oversold territory. It's at 3165 right now. If you ended up coming down here to 420.63, revisiting that low there, this thing is probably just going to be underneath 30. And that will be that. And that is what brought, where it is right now. That's what brought the last few lows. Here, 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 here. Last 4 lows, last 5 lows. That's that. And actually, you got that one over there too. And then you got, all of these is that. And I still don't think the market's crashing, but I will point out right now, we're going to skip forward to Mr. VIX. Hammer candlestick over here on the daily time frame. You held the daily 9. All right. RSI is starting to hinge back up. Look at that, guys. All right. Back up to 63 already. Boom. You're starting to hinge up. You were down like 30% on the day or something like that. Now 20% on the day. And now you have closed the day up 0.51%. If I had to take a guess, this thing's probably going to, have a 10 to 20% day tomorrow to the upside. Just my guess there. We did end up having this 15-minute bullish divergence over here. Once I pointed this out in the Discord, we started seeing this thing start bouncing back, and then we saw a pullback on the indices. It was just like that. All right, guys. Moving on over here to IWM. I'm going to point out the levels here. Big, ugly, bearish engulfing candlestick, just like the other guys. All right. Support is going to be, I know we got 2 levels right there. Take that guy out of there. Support is going to be 199.88. Underneath there, 197.41. Underneath there, 195.02. I'm not saying that gets tested, but that is that. Okay. On the upside is resistance. We have 2 of 252, 2 of 464, and 2 of 756. If I had to guess, this thing's probably going to be revisiting down here at 197.41. That is that. DIA, how we looking, guys? We're back in the golden pocket. I'm just going to say, watch this 383.63 level right over there. If that is broken, all right. If that is broken, you're coming down to 380.41. That is that. Move on over here to the chips, guys. The chips, SMH. Okay. It's not looking the best. All right. So this is semiconductor ETF. You have the big bearish engulfing candlestick, daily 9 rejection. Daily RSI still has some room to go down to oversold territory. I wouldn't be surprised if 206.11 is tested tomorrow. And if that does not hold, 198.44. Okay, maybe we sweep these lows, come like right around here, 195, and then we rebound from there and test 230. All right, that is, what I'm seeing over here in SMH. Coming over in Nvidia, guys, daily 9 rejection. You actually had the golden pocket rejection today, 0.618 fib. Found sellers here at 108.72 resistance. It was high of this candlestick right here. All right. It was kind of picture perfect. Rejected the 9. Bearish engulfing candlestick. And now, daily RSI, like I was saying the other day, they're just taking their due sweet time, bringing it back and forth instead of just sending it down. Get this daily RSI across the board. I just want to see it oversold. Okay. So it does have room to get down into oversold territory. As support, we have 97.40. And underneath there, guys, all right, you got to watch 94.50. If 94.50 cannot hold, that's, 0.786 fib right there at 94.60. So if you get to 94.50, we're just going to say, hey, all right, you're probably just coming down to 90.69. We're going to add the alert right there at 90.30. Avgo, moving over here. Rejected at the 9. Bearish engulfing candlestick coming down into the golden pocket. Watch 132.80. And if you breach that, okay, and guys, you got to use these 0.786 fibs. Why? Because this first 15-minute candlestick on every single one of these charts is a massive green dildo candlestick, and you can't go off of it. You got nothing to go off of, okay? Even the 5-minute there. Look at that thing. That thing's a beast. It was a beast that day. It was a beast. 7% candlestick right there. All right. The next one was 2%. All right. Look at that. Oh, -7%. That's what that says. -7%. It was just green because of that, but then you got that. All right, 3% candlestick. All right, regardless, break the 0.786 fib. You're probably revisiting the low at 128.50. Come here, the daily time frame. You could see what I'm seeing. All right, and I think it's likely to hold down there if tested, and then you get this rebound, and then that creates a right shoulder. All right. I think that is definitely something that I see across the board on a lot of these charts. We have these head and shoulders patterns here that very well could end up, forming here and then playing out in the future. That is something we're paying attention to. But, come down here, you do have that uptrend going on here with one touch point, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to have a sixth. And that's that. If 132.80 is broken. SMCI, guys, down the gutter. Daily RSI is at 21. Not the best look. Okay, let's just put on a horizontal line right there. Okay, and you could see right here, this is where you want to be buying this thing. If it gets tested, that's where the bottoms happen. Okay, and I'm not looking at price. But let's look at price. Okay, you came a little bit lower, but in the end, 3 months later, 30%. Okay, so long-term investors, if you're bullish on this company, okay, it is giving back most of its move. We were paying attention to SMCI since all the way back over here. Been doing the focus list for quite some time now, and it was on the focus list. I believe it was back over here. It then did that. All right. So this is something that ran 400% and now is only up 100% from where it ran from. Okay. It is essentially given back like 75% of this run. And hey, 0.786 fib is down at 440. We're going to come over here to the hourly time frame, and I am going to point out you really have nothing underneath 529.50 holding up. You don't really have anything. Right? You get this little high over here, 490. You got over here at 460 you could be paying attention to, but this thing really is in free fall mode, and you definitely are catching a falling knife if you're trying to buy this thing, but this thing is giving back most of its run. It probably is going to find buyers somewhere over here and start bouncing back. Look, even the weekly RSI is getting to oversold territory. It's getting down there. It's at 37. Those are my thoughts on SMCI. If you want to see it start recovering, okay, look for a break above 529.50. You want to see that level reclaimed. And then you want to break above today's high right there, 547. And you probably see a move up to 582.45, and then 636.98 above there. And that is what I'd be watching over here in SMCI. AMD, all right, daily RSI still down in oversold territory. This thing does look like it's getting ready to, it's consolidating here. It's getting ready to spill over back down to these lows, just like everything else here. All right, if you break 125.50 tomorrow, you're probably coming all the way down here to 121.83, and that's going to be where this 0.786 fib is. So, honestly, guys, we're going to have to see how all of these things play out. Does look like we got some room lower. I pointed out those 200, moving averages yesterday. The 200 daily moving averages, a bunch of them are just right below. Not on AMD, his is up here. But on a bunch of these big boys, they are right below, and that is that. MU. On the downside, as support, you have 86.91. You closed right underneath it. Now you're at 85.67 in the after hours. So we look to 83.88 as support underneath there, 81.49. As resistance, you have 86.91 and then 90.04. And that is what I'm paying attention to over there. Over there, ARM. Okay, what do you got going on over there? Bearish engulfing candlestick. You didn't reject the 9. You still have your, daily RSI and oversold territory. It's at 30, 33. Bearish engulfing candlestick does suggest you could be going low over here. Underneath 108.69, you're paying attention to 97.76. And honestly, probably if that's down there, it probably maybe sweeps as low and prints like a hammer candlestick down there, if I had to take a guess. I don't think we have another, crazy red day on our hands like over here when you had a 13% gap down. I don't think we get that across the board again. I think those days are over. Just my opinion. TSM, guys, this was the best looking one. You've rebounded quite a bit over here on TSM. Oh, it's quite a big fall over here. I'll definitely say that, 30%. But yeah, Okay, you came up here, rejected 160.78 resistance, and you also are rejecting the daily 9 over here. You got above the gap above, and you closed underneath it. That is not a good look. All right, so 156.84 and 160.78 is going to be your resistance. Then you have 152.55, which, you know, price is gapping down in after hours right now, right to around there. 152.55 and then 148.43 under there for support. Okay, now let's look to these big boys and see what's going on with them. All right, you got that, you know, decent sized upper wick there. You didn't, you know, tap that 9, but I'm definitely going to say this thing doesn't look strong. All right, low volume on the day, decent sized upper wick. I'm going to show you hourly time frame. You just broke that uptrend. It's really not looking the best over here in Apple, guys. So underneath 210.30, you're paying attention to 206.59. You can see that level is being respected. Underneath there, 202.60 is going to be the 0.618 fib. And then underneath there, you have 199.62, which where that 0.786 fib lies. On the upside, you have 214.62. Microsoft, what do we got going on over here, guys? All right. As you can see, we do have that downtrend we're paying attention to. I am not saying it's going to break right away. You got another daily 9 EMA rejection right there. Rejected your downtrend, rejected the daily 9. RSI is still in oversold territory. It's at 28.59. Bearish engulfing candlestick. Everything looks like crap, guys. I'm just going to point out the one common theme here. We got a few. We got daily 9 EMA rejections. We got bearish engulfing candlesticks on most of these charts. And yeah, a lot of these look like they could come back down to the lows, but a lot of them are putting these downtrends, and we got to set setups loading here. And then you pop up on the moving average over here, 200, and you know you got a bunch of these. They're still right around here. A few are above, a few are below, but you know we got a lot of them just sitting right below. So if we were to really come down here, you know, we're still just right around these moving averages. Then you come over to SPY, 200's right there. QQ, you got it right over here. Like, yeah, you're just dancing around them. You're probably not going much lower from here. So we also got to keep that one in mind when we go over these charts. I know things look very ugly, but we do know that, you know, price is going to dance around that guy. And, you know, things are already oversold. We're probably not going much lower from here. That's that. All right, coming back over here, I think we're on Microsoft right there. You got the downtrend. Bearish engulfing candlestick support is going to be 396.08. Under there, 393.17. If you break underneath 391, then be prepared for a visit back down to the low over here at 385. That's that. Amazon, what do you got? You rejected 166.32 resistance right there. But above there, you have 168.77. Then you have really nothing until you get to 173.87. So you probably, have a very quick move like that on your hands right around the corner if you can, break above 168.77. Gap resistance right there. The actual, move that's probably going to happen is you come up here to 180.122 from there. But yeah, support, guys. You have 158.54. Low of this candlestick right there. And then you have the 0.618 fib right underneath. If you do break under 155, be prepared for a move back down to 151.61. Meta, what do we got going on, guys? You came up here and rejected off that 0.786 fib. We talked about that in yesterday's video. 510 was going to be a key spot. Why? Because you had the 0.786 fib there, and you can see these reactions all along this place. All right, guys, right there, right there, right there. Got, false breakout there. Not going to call it the cleanest thing right there, right there, right there. And now you have another one. All right. So, guys, above 510, we have 523.86, but, you're all the way back down here. So let's talk about it. Underneath 492.39, you're paying attention to 482.50 down to 476.30. This is going to be your demand zone. It should be treated as demand. 476.30 to 482.50 demand zone. That's what you're paying attention to on the downside. Goog, what do you got going on, guys? Daily RSI is still in oversold territory. It's at 27.95. It's really just dancing around down there, guys. It doesn't do this often, but guys, it doesn't like to stay down there. It's gonna be bouncing back. All right, mark my words. It's gonna be It's the market is not gonna be really crashing over here. I mean, it can. But I, already showed you guys, VIX is crushed like quite a bit. I showed you in yesterday's video. This is like a 65% correction here. You didn't do that back in COVID 2020. You just kind of kept skyrocketing over there. And that was that. You just did not pull back that much. I think you pulled back 49%. Yeah, 49%, 50% right there. But you know, we're doing things that you didn't even do back when you're crashing. So I don't know. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be normal, and that's really that. We are getting pretty crazy, erratic behavior, but you know what? That's perfectly fine. Volatility is here, and for now, it's here to stay. So you know, and I say that because you got this hammer candlestick, so it's probably gonna be here tomorrow. It's here to stay for the short term, and that's that. All right, but come back over here to Goog, guys. You do have the daily RSI in oversold territory. You got relatively low volume on the day, but you did close out with that bearish engulf. You didn't. You didn't close out with the bearish engulf candlestick. You did get the rejection off of 164.50 resistance, though. Above there, you have 165.87, and then you really have nothing until 170.97. On the downside, guys, we do have 158.13. If that cannot hold, you are coming down to 155.20, and that is that. Tessie. Good old Tesla. All right. Tesla, guys, really not looking all too shabby over here. You did break under this 0.786 fib from there to there. But if we are just going to, you know, put that on right here, guys, you're in the golden pocket here from this, you know, whole rally here. If you want discounted prices and you didn't want to be paying the premium, this is over here in discount. This would be premium. This is your discount right here. You're coming back into your consolidation. You had this range building up for 2 months here. You very likely are going to come back into it and find buyers here because you did break out and it was a positive reaction to the breakout there. You're probably going to find buyers here considering all of this consolidation. This is where all the volume was for 2 months. You very likely have orders sitting here. So that is what I'm definitely going to be pointing out here. Daily RSI is at 37.19, so you know it's getting low here. This was one of the stronger ones. It is getting low here. All right, 0.618 fib is right around the 191.08 support there. Underneath there, you have 182.67 and then 177 below. On the upside, you have 205.60 and then 214.71. All right, guys. So that is really what I have for you guys today. I have let's go over some Bitcoin. Then I got 2 trade ideas, or at least 2 things that are setting up here that are getting ready to go. We're going to be paying attention to here. All right. But yeah, Bitcoin, guys, you did have yesterday's, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, we had the hammer candlestick put in. I did make the call yesterday that I thought a bottom is, you know, it's most likely just in at this point. Your daily RSI was already oversold, and you retested your or you tested for the first time here your 0.618 fib, your golden pocket, guys. This is exactly what I was just saying. All right, if you want to wait for your discount, this golden pocket is representing that discount, and buyers are going to step in. That's where you're going to get the best price, and then, you know, stop, you know, in every scenario could just be placed underneath that, because, you know, buyers are likely to hold this 0.786 fib, or they're going to, you know, push down for the you know, 100% retracement there. So I'm just saying, this probably already has a low. You're just looking for dip buy opportunities over here. And I'm going to point out on these miners, guys, or these Bitcoin stocks, this thing is getting pretty low, guys. Discounted coin over here too. This whole rally, guys, this wasn't a small rally. This is a 145% rally. And you've now given back the vast majority of that rally. 145% down to what? 40 freaking percent. All right, guys, if you see these lows again, daily RSI is probably going to be at 30. That is a buy in my personal opinion, and I think people are going to be happy with that, considering premiums are not going to be juiced. They're going to be killed. They're going to be the opposite. And that's that. All right, guys, so the key level here was 187.39. We're going to see how this week closes out. You know, I think you're probably going to be holding the 0.786 fib over here if tested. All right, so be paying attention to it. I know price is currently at 178 there, and that's a ways away, but you know, you come down to the low, you're probably not going to stop right here. You're probably coming a little lower there. We could really see 150 to 160 realistically over here, and at that point, the daily RSI is going to be oversold, and sweet dreams, lights out, probably have a boom bop bing boo pow moment coming around the corner where you get that 30 to 40% move. CLSK, guys, coming back down to support. All right, so you got the 1135 support down here. Hey, same thing we just looked at, Bitcoin and over there at coin, except this is the whole entire rally. I know it looks all funky because we're on a log scale. If you just take away a log scale and put it on a regular, now you can see, you know, the full size chart there. Yeah, golden pockets down there. Guys, you've given back most of this move. This is something that ran, you know, 1,100%. And what happened? Now you're only up 360%. Okay? This is a, you know, it's a beautiful thing right here, what we're seeing. It's a great reset. And I know a lot of us didn't think the great reset here would be coming. Yeah, I know it's not the great reset, but kind of is compared to what we've really been seeing recently. And now it's here, guys. All right. Daily RSI on CLSK is underneath 30 now. It's at 29. All right. You come back down to 924 there. I think you're probably going to get a lot of buyers stepping in. Okay. I think the low over here is in on Bitcoin, Coin, CLSK, Mara here. We're going to go over that one next. I think they're buys. All right. You're coming down to the bottom of the range over here on Mara. The top of the range is over here at 2308. All right. This is where you've had, the majority of your price action. This is the range I'm going to be paying attention to. You got 50% here. All right. CLSK, you got even more range. Okay. If you get back into it. Actually, no, it's that same 50% range. Pretty big boy over there. All right, broke down from that uptrend on Mara. You've came right down to the low, broke the 0.786 fib, guys. You came right back down to this low. All right, now you bounce back. Now you're watching this golden pocket here. If 1462 support cannot hold, where are you really going to be paying attention to? All right, you don't have much until you come all the way back down here. But I think it probably will hold. You have slight support right here. I can see it, but it's not much. If you really do take the golden pocket from that to that, you're already in it. You are already in it. So, I don't think things are going to get much worse over here tomorrow. That's that. All right, guys. So now let's talk about it. Cost coming back in, broke out, getting a retest here. I'd like to see this thing not, fall flat in its face every time it, breaks out here. Past 2 days, but we will see. And the next one I got for you guys is going to be Netflix. All right. So Netflix has not broken out. We will fight this guy on another. This guy will fight on another day, but it's not going to be today. But it is definitely an A+ setup that is loading. The daily RSI is oversold. It's probably going to base out like right around here, and maybe it bases out, comes back down to 601.59. We get a nice, better entry down there. Play it for the bounce. Okay, golden pocket is right around here. Break out of this downtrend, we probably do have a move up to 664.50. All right, so that's 664.50. That aligns with the golden pocket here from this whole decline. I do think that is likely on the breakout of this, what is it, 1 month downtrend here. This thing clearly has a lot of reactions to it. It's going to be respected. This thing's set up for an explosive move. So we're going to be watching that explosive move, and we're going to track it here on the channel. That is that. All right. So this is like kind of top watch for me right now. I really like how Netflix is setting up. All right, guys. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. All right. And peace.